Are you still positive?
Yeah. But look at this. I'm doing it now. I'm drinking some ginger tea. I've been doing like all sorts of Chinese medicine because I figured like that's like that. I just want to trick the virus into thinking that I'm one of them, like so the programming doesn't hit me as hard.
Yeah. You're like, I don't need no Tylenol.
No, I'm just doing Tai Chi in my apartment. Our book this week is Memoirs and Misinformation by Jim Carrey.
And Dana Varchin.
Of course.
Some
And Dana
guy
Varch.
some guy who ghost wrote the whole memoir
Yeah, I'm
with
sure
him.
he did pretty much.
All of it. Half of it is based on his life, and the main character is a guy called Jim Carrey, who's also played in every movie Jim Carrey has in the past. But where it differs is that, yeah, this ends up just being kind of like a surreal, rollicking adventure of sorts.
Yeah. Surreal roller coaster. He is just doing what Norm Macdonald did with his book.
Yeah.
And he's a huge fan of Norm Macdonald. So it's like, he's like, I can do that. And then it's like, the writing style is insane. It's like every sentence, at least 10 descriptive words.
It's so overwritten. It's so descriptive. And the thing with Norm Macdonald's book is that, one, Norm wrote his book by himself, so you can hear his voice throughout the whole thing. But the other thing is all of the facts that Jim Carrey has left true in the book are things that are all either like really upsetting or depressing. Like he goes into extreme detail about how depressing his childhood was and his parents and stuff. And then all the surreal stuff is just like stuff that people wouldn't necessarily care about. Like if I was going to lie in my memoir, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got like my brother's a pet axolotl and stuff. Like, why would you make it about your trauma?
I think reading it, you get the feeling that Jim Carrey's a very sad guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like a deeply sad person.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what's so murky about those first few chapters where, you're uncertain about how much of it is fake and how much of it is real can be kind of told in that first chapter. So this is how the book opens. We're at Jim Carrey's house. He was bearded and bleary-eyed after months of breakdown and catastrophe. He lay naked in his bed, so far from peak form that if you watched through a hacked security camera at this moment, you might barely recognize him, and at first might confuse him with a Lebanese hostage. Then, in a swell of facial recognition, you'd realize this is no ordinary shut-in watching television alone on a gigantic bed. And as the blood-red Netflix logo glared from an unseen TV, you'd say, I know this man. I've seen him on everything from billboards to breakfast cereals. He's the movie star, Jim Carrey. The whole thing is just written so badly.
He keeps talking about the blood red Netflix logo. Like I feel like he did that and he was like, damn, I nailed it.
Yeah.
So it brings it up like
so much.
It describes the sky as like Netflix red or something. The whole thing is like all the characters in it are celebrities and stuff. The way it's like barely their character. Like, so it'll be like Charlie Kaufman and you're like, I guess that's Charlie Kaufman. It just sounds like every single other person in the book.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like Nicolas Cage is like vaguely Nicolas Cagey. Like
they're like
you'll just say like, and then he thrusts his hands in the air. Like it'll be like, I guess that's like he acts a little like Nicolas Cage.
What's weird about the celebrities as well is I was watching this interview about when the book was released and they were asking him about all of the celebrities because I was like, is he going to get into trouble for misrepresenting these people. Like, I don't think John Travolta's going to be like, I didn't actually fight an alien. But at the same time, you're using their real names and stuff. And apparently he goes, oh, it was amazing. I just sent them all a copy of the book when it came out. So imagine not hearing anything about this book. And then he's like, you're in it.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah.
Like, this is insane.
It is.
This whole book is insane.
The only points of the book where I was interested is where things were mildly real, and then anytime it got surreal, I just got so bored because I was like, it's just so badly written, and it's like he's almost covering up his true identity when that's actually way more interesting. Like, why are you putting on all these layers?
Because it's like deeply sad then, like and then it's like, it's almost like he's like, oh wait, like I gotta be wacky now to like cover it up.
Yeah, it's just cringy, and it makes me feel sad too because I think a lot of it is a defense mechanism because he's so widely hated within Hollywood as well. Like, there are a lot of actors that like just can't stand him. Apparently, when he was working on Batman, Tommy Lee Jones went up to him and he just went point blank to his face. He's like, I fucking hate you.
He's so unlikable.
In the book, he is cast by Charlie Kaufman to play Chairman Mao in a movie as his big comeback.
That's almost like the complication of the book. And then it just goes away.
Yeah.
There's no like through line in this book. It's like
there are 5 plot lines. I would say there are 5 plot lines. There's his love affair with the survival chick playing Chairman Mao. And then he has like a throuple with like a Marilyn Monroe.
Which is like, it gets so horny. Like, it just gets so graphic and like sexual. He's talking about like fucking her and like coming. And,
He's talking. There's a scene where they're like talking about wiping their cum like everywhere.
Yeah, she's like, she reaches down and like dabs at her and he's cum. And wipes on the walls that she walks towards.
It's so fucking graphic. Oh, there's
it's just like he takes her and sort of ramming her against the wall. It's so disgusting, dude. There's no humor in that, dude. There's like those parts are like so serious.
It's so sincere. And there's all the sex scenes are so graphic. Maybe that's the Dana guy. Maybe he was like a porn erotic fiction writer and he couldn't help himself. Because there's another scene where Jim Carrey buys a Frida Kahlo painting for Georgie and then they start fucking and then the paparazzi are watching him and he's like, let them watch us come.
Yeah, they're fucking against the window of their hotel.
It's like, why?
It's disgusting.
Why? This is so unnecessary.
Is this a popular book?
I don't know. I think on Goodreads it's got like 2 stars or something out of 5. I rate it at 5 because it's the best book I've read this year for sure.
Yeah, it's the best book you've read. You read like a pinch.
I read Pynchon. Well, I think. Do you reckon he thinks that this is comparable to Pynchon?
I tell you what, if you read Vineland, the last like quarter of the book with those girls and stuff is just a direct rip-off of Vine. So it's like he's just ripped. There's like. He's ripped off like Norm's book, then it's like Vineland's a chunk here. That's why it like doesn't make sense because it's just like different sources that don't really work together. He's just ripped off and just like jumbled them together into this like mess.
It feels like he's watched stuff and then like has gotten home and then he's called Dana and be like, Dana, I've got an amazing idea. And then they're like, we're writing a scene about you playing Chairman Mao, and he's like, it's going to be wacky. Ooh. I reckon this guy who's written this book with him is like not doing well. Because they met. He goes, yeah, he just came over to my art studio and We just hit it off. We became really good friends straight away.
Yeah, didn't they say he met because he was like, Jim Carrey was like, I was just like, boing on Twitter. And then he replied to my tweet with like...
Wait, what? He tweeted at Dana boing.
No, he just tweeted boing. And then Dana's just like a random dude on Twitter, like some rhino reply.
Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's doing now because he doesn't seem to have done. He's probably not even a writer. Like, he's probably just like, yeah, I'm a writer. He's like, what have you written? And he's like, oh, I wrote a bit of the catalog for Big W in 97.
I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy.
Did you ever see, during like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Did you see Jim Carrey's comments on it?
No, what?
And it was like during an interview, and he's like, we're no longer the cool group. That's what Jim Carrey said.
Who's we?
Well, just like Hollywood and stuff. Well, that's also, it's like that interview, he was promoting Sonic 2. So it's like, I don't think you're being part of the cool guys for a while, Jim Carrey.
I genuinely loved The Cable Guy.
The Cable Guy's a good movie.
Yeah.
That movie also is good because it's just like, imagine if someone acted like Jim Carrey acts. Like how insane and psychotic and scary they would be and stuff in real life.
Yeah, that's actually way more accurate. He's always comparing himself to the Truman Show, but he's actually just Chip Douglas.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick represents everyone in Hollywood. One thing that I really respect about his acting, and I think his comedy as well, is just his unflinching determination. He really commits to the bit. You got to give him that.
Yeah, dude. His face is going wild. Like, even just doing sets and stuff when you watch his stand-up.
His stand-up's atrocious. I feel kind of bad for him, though, with that. Like, apparently, you know the story of his childhood?
Like, his dad lost his job and stuff, and they lived in a car.
Yeah, they were pretty broke. But I think his whole rags to riches tale also came from the fact that he would try to make his mum laugh because she was a massive hypochondriac and, addicted to opiates and stuff. So when the dad saw that he could make his mum laugh, he took Jim Carrey to Yuck Yucks when he was like 14 or 15 to try and make the family money. Like most people who do stand-up, their parents are so ashamed. And
like in Oliver Twist, how he has to work in a factory and stuff to support the family. They're like, no, you got to take your child down to this comedy club.
Yeah. And apparently he bombed so badly. Like, they hated him. Like, when he bombs really bad. I heard this one story where apparently audience members were throwing chairs at him.
What?
Like, that's so violent. And he's talking about the story kind of jovially. And then he's like, yeah, and then I had to run to my car and I was crying afterwards. So there is something magical about him if you're compelling people towards violence. That is unique.
That is hilarious.
Well, Rodney Dangerfield loved him.
Yeah, I know.
He was his opener.
There was all those stories too where he would bomb and then he would come off and like Dangerfield would be watching laughing. It's like, they hate you, man. Like, would go out and crush.
But that's the thing. I think there is something. He's hilarious when he's bombing.
Yeah, that's what it would be. He would be such a funny person if he never made it as well. If he was just this guy who committed that hard, like on this, like, and just bombed so fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Him at an open mic, running around pretending to be a cockroach being sucked up by a vacuum and just getting nothing and screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, I live for that. I didn't know this, but when he was doing The Mask, apparently in that movie where, you know how he's got the teeth? Like the teeth are really big. And I think they're like fake dentures or something. Those were meant to only be used when there were no speaking lines. Like it was just meant to be a visual gag. And he said, nah, fuck that. I'm going to teach myself how to speak with these massive dentures in. And they're like, you're going to cause your face structural damage. And he's just like, I'm committing to the bit. No one's asking him to do this.
For The Mask. That rules, man. That's so funny.
He's just a very passionate person, I think. And I do have a bit of empathy for him because I think he is just quite lost. Like if he never got found by Hollywood, he would just be the weirdest guy.
Yeah, he'd be terrifying. It is like the cable guy. Like if you just met a person like that, you'd be so scared.
Could you imagine him as your TP, as the guy installing your NBN? Cable guy.
He's like doing crazy stuff with his face. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it does I think it has been slowly unraveling and coming out over the years. Like he is violently anti-vax.
Yeah. Well, he like lost his mind. Didn't he kind of like, allegedly, he's like responsible for that girl dying?
Yeah, his ex-girlfriend.
He like gave her the drug she overdosed on or something?
Yeah, he's in like a massive court battle at the moment.
And that's when like he suddenly was like, hey, there is no Jim Carrey.
That's when you debut. You come out of the closet as being not real.
Like everything's an illusion.
He's testifying in court.
That's it. Yeah.
How do you testify, Jim Carrey? Not real.
It's like in a way we're all Jim Carrey.
I think he actually might be one of the greatest comic minds of all time.
No, he is.
He's an icon. Like there never will be anyone else like him. And I'm kind of glad that he made it because from an entertainment standpoint, he's one of the funniest people. Like you can't deny
He's good.
He's hilarious. Like you see him on those red carpet things and he's doing the whole Illuminati triangle stuff. It's like you got to give him that.